Shri Gurave Namaha. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto, Chapter 5, Text 1. So in the last chapter we read the question which was raised by Parikshit Maharaj, and then Sukadeva Goswami he began replying, but before that he recites prayers to the Lord, invocation, as is the custom. And now he begins to relate, because in the previous chapter, last verse, he said that the very same question which you are asking, O King, was asked by Sri Narada to Brahma, and therefore he will now repeat that. That's how this chapter begins. Narada Uvacha Deva Deva Namastestu Bhuta Bhavana Purvaja Tadvijanihi Yajnanam Atma Tattva Nidarshanam. So Narada, as you know, he is son of Lord Brahma, and he is also considered as one of the incarnations, as we read in the third chapter of the first canto. So he is praying to Lord Brahma. He met him and he is asking a question which is the perennial question about creation. And he understands that Brahma, he is the creator, and therefore best person to ask this question about creation. Because a person who has built something, he knows how it was built, what are the various elements which were used, what is the purpose behind it. So for that reason he is asking that, O God among gods, Deva Deva, I pay my obeisances to you. So this is Vedic custom that first teacher is respected, honored, and then he is put up with questions. So he is saying that you are Bhut Bhavana, means you are the creator of all the beings. Bhuta means living beings and Bhavana means the creator. And you are Purvaja, you are the first person. Before anybody was born, it was Lord Brahma who existed. Of course, he is also preceded by the Lord, as he will speak later on. But he is called Purvaja, or born before all of them, including Narada. And therefore he must know it. Tad vijanihi yajnanam atma tattva nidarsanam. So he says that please inform me that knowledge by which I will understand the Absolute. So this is actually the real knowledge to be acquired, that after getting this knowledge, one will become learned in the Absolute, and then everything will become known. So this Atma Tattva, or knowledge of the Supreme, this is what he wants to hear about. Yad rupam yad adhishtanam yatah shishtam idam prabho yat sanstham yat param yat cha tattvam vada tattvataha. Says he wants to know that how this universe was created, what is its support, what is its nature, how is it resolved, to what it is devoted to, and what is the reality behind it. So he's asked everything about the universe. The scientists, they only want to know how this universe was created or how it came into existence, because they don't believe that somebody created it. But he wants to know everything about it, not only how it is created, how it will be destroyed, and what maintains it, what is the support behind it, and what is beyond it, what is the nature of this universe. Is it eternal? Is it increasing? Is it steady, temporary? Or what is it all about? So he wants to know this. And why Brahma can answer? Because as he says in the next verse, he knows everything. He says, Sarvam hi etad bhavan veda bhuta bhavya bhavat prabhu karamalakavad visvam vijnana usitam tava. Says that you know all this because you are the person or Lord who knows what has happened in the past, because before Brahma nothing existed, and what is happening now, he knows that also. He has 4 heads, so he can see all around. So he is a real all-rounder, because he knows in each direction what is happening. That is the meaning of having 4 heads, that he can see in all directions. And he also knows what will happen in future. So that's why one of his name is Vidhi, means he knows the future, what is going to happen. And not only that he knows everything perfectly. Just like he says that Karamalakvad Viswam. Just like if you take this amla, this is the season of amla and it is kept on your palm. So you know everything about this amla from each side. How big it is, how much is its weight, what is the texture, the color. So all this is known to you. So like that Brahma knows the universe. Otherwise, if there is an ant on one side of the amla fruit, then she does not know what is on the other side, because it is too big for her. She cannot see the whole thing in one perspective. But Brahma knows the universe, and he knows it just like if it is kept on his palm. So that means he knows the size of this universe. He knows the top, where does it start, where does it end, how big it is, what is it made of, what is outside, what is inside. All this is known to him, and therefore he can answer. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he comments on this. First he gives the gist of the chapter in one verse. Panchame Naradam Praha Tattvanam Srishtimatma Bhuhu Tair Virajascha Tatpadabde Rangair Bhuradika Kalpanam. In the 5th chapter, there is a description of Narada asking questions to Brahma about the creation of the elements and how from that this universe is built and how the universe is divided into different planetary systems which are imagined as the body of the Lord, as we also read in the 2nd chapter. So this is what will come in this particular chapter. Bhutani bhavyanti सृजन्ति इति भूत भावना मरीच्याद्य है पूर्वजा अस्मद् भ्रातरो यस्मात् हे यथा भूत. So he is saying that there are Marichi, Atri, Vasishtha and so on, these sages, and they also create living beings. But Lord Brahma, he is born before them. Therefore he knows everything. Because these Marichi, Atri, etc., they are brother of Narada Muni, Kumaras. They are all born from Brahma, from his mind, by his thinking. Atmano param atma jivatmanos tattva nidarshanam tattva gyapam. Yaj jnanam tat vijanihi visheshena janasi ladarthe lota vigyapayati. So it says that you have the knowledge about the soul and the super soul. As Brahma will describe later on, that he met the Lord directly. Lord came and spoke to him, shook hands with him, and gave him instructions about creation, about the transcendental affairs. All this knowledge was given by Lord directly to Brahma. So therefore he says that you know all this. You know about the living entities, you know about the super soul, you know their relationship, you know how the world is created. So I want to know this knowledge so that I can understand the Lord. So from this it is clear that if we understand this universe properly, then we will also understand the Lord. Because he says that you tell me this knowledge, and knowledge he is asking about is the universe. But he says that from this knowledge I will know Atma Tattva. So as we spoke before, that there were two types of definitions, Swarup Lakshan and Tatastha Lakshan. So universe is the Tatastha Lakshana. It also describes Lord and his energy because it is created by him. So if we can understand it properly, then this also helps us to know the Lord. And that's why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in the previous chapter, in one commentary, he said that we should not think that this is useless for Vaishnavas, or there is no need for Vaishnavas to hear all this katha about external energy of the Lord. He said that this is also important and should not be criticized. And the reason is that by this we will come to understand the personality of the Lord more completely. Because he has his play in internal energy in the spiritual world, but this is also one of his potency. And especially the jivas, the living entities, they are acting in this material world. In the spiritual world, they are all devotees of the Lord. So this is also one part of his energy, 1/4, sometimes it is called Ekpad Vibhuti, or 25% of his energy. So it is also necessary to know it. And moreover, by this we also get the idea of the 3/4, this other 75%. Idam Vishwam Yad Rupam Yadasya Lakshanam. So he wants to know the characteristic of this universe. Every object has some characteristics, some qualities, form, shape, size, or other things. So he wants to know that Yad Adhishtanam, and who is the Adhishtan, Yasya Ashraya, the shelter. Yata Yena Srishtam, who has created it. Yat Sanstham Yasmin Liyate, and in whom it will be dissolved. Yat Param Yasya Adhinam, who is controlling it. Because if this universe is running, then it is not happening just by nature. People think that there are certain laws and things are just happening by the law, but actually nothing works without a conscious element. Even if you make an industry and design everything that it runs automatically. Still, and after designing also, you will need somebody to supervise it. Not that you leave it and then it just goes on functioning eternally. There is nothing like that. You need some supervision, some breakdown, something has to be done. So similarly, the universe is like a big machine. A lot of things which are functioning at microscopic level, macroscopic level and middle level. And there has to be some conscious being behind it who looks after the maintenance of this. So it is not intelligent to think that it just happens. Maybe it came into existence by chance, but still it needs someone to maintain it. Even if you build a small house, you need someone to look after it. So therefore it says Yat Param, that who is the master of this universe? Who is the controller, who is the maintainer? Yaccha yadatmakam tasya tattvam yatharthyam tattvato. So I want to know the true reality behind it. Please speak that to me. Sarvam Paramatma Jivatma Jagaditi Trikam. So it says Sarvam hi etad bhavan ved. You know everything, and basically there are three things which are involved here. That there are living entities,